Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. So, just wanted to pop on here, and I know, I know that you may be reading the title of this live, and you may be like, "Oh shit." So, this is not meant to be a negative Facebook Live. Uh, I want to inform and I want to have an open conversation. I I want to educate those that pop on here either on the live or on the replay. But also I want to give those permission. Hi Michelle. So if you're just coming on, say hi and where you're coming in from like Michelle has done. Please tag some teammates, share this video, give me some thumbs, some hearts, some wow faces. So here's the thing. Network marketing is a very interesting, but also it's a very doable profession. Hey Allison, and I think for the longest time, and I just need to be transparent with you guys that I there's never a time that any top leader or network marketer, I think at some point in your journey you have thought about quitting. You have questioned, is this for me? Is this right for me? And then, you come out of that little funk and you end up moving forward. But there's a handful of people that replay that same tape. They're constantly having doubts about this business. I call it double dutching the business. They're in one day, they're out the next day. They're back all in, then they're all out again. Hey, Brooks. So I started to think about why aren't people talking about and giving people permission to stop if it's not a good fit for them. And you guys have heard me talk before that this business is not for everyone. It's not. I was doing an accountability Zoom with my academy called the Network Marketing Academy last night, and one of the members shared, and she goes, what I really learned from you is you've given me permission to be more selective with who I'm letting into my business. And that's the big thing. We end up letting the wrong people into this business. And so for the people that are building teams and for the people that are in network marketing, I just want to give you permission. Number one, having that conversation with yourself. If you truly don't feel network marketing is a good fit for you, it's okay to just enjoy the products. It's okay to just casually share. It's okay if you don't want to jump on the team calls. It's okay that you don't want to go to the events anymore. But so many people have so much guilt. I have to show up for the team calls for this person. I have to go to the events for my upline. I don't want them to think badly. Remember, they're not your boss. They're your upline. And all that means is they've given you the opportunity to build. The upline's responsibility, and I have 4 people that are commenting on here that these are leaders. It's also your job to have that conversation with that person that you feel it may not be the best fit for, and you know that they're hanging on by a thread because they don't want to let you down. Giving them the permission to stop if they don't want to do it. If it's causing more strain than anything else, just stopping. I had a conversation with a woman today. And every time I asked her a question, she would give me this very long answer. And I said, listen, for the duration of the rest of our call, I want all yes or no answers. I just want you to say yes, or I want you to say no. Hi, Jane. So my question to her was, I said, do you want to build a network marketing business right now? And she said no. And I said, thank you. I said, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your transparency. And I said, if you're in a better headspace where you are happy to just to consume the product and just share the products, that's great. And if you ever want to build a business and you're ready to do what's required, because Allison will tell you, Michelle will tell you, Brooks will tell you, sharing the products and building a business, it requires two different sets of skills. So again, if you're coming on, Julie, hello, good to see you coming on here. Say hi and where you're coming in from. Please tag some teammates, share this video. If this is resonating, thumbs, hearts, wow faces. So here there are three signs that I think people need, and for those that are coming on here, this is not geared towards you, but it may end up being geared towards you. Up front, before I dig into this, I'm giving you permission that if you don't want to do network marketing anymore, you don't have to. You're not letting anyone down. You're not a failure. You're not a loser. And, people, you hear before the only way to fail is to quit. You're not a loser. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. And this is the other thing that I hate that network marketing leaders say. Well, if you quit, if you give up, you're a quitter. You're a loser. Don't quit. Don't give up. Well, here's the thing. How many people have had a corporate job that it wasn't a good fit? It was a toxic environment. It was an unmotivating environment. It just wasn't a good fit. So you quit and you got a new job where people, oh, you're a quitter. You gave up. You have to do things that energetically and emotionally feel good. And if something doesn't feel good, it's okay to honor that feeling. You're doing yourself more of a disservice if you're trying to force it. So here are three signs. Number one of the number one signs that network marketing may not be a good fit for you or for the leaders that are on here, it may not be good for that person. You or someone they're never having fun. I mean, they're constantly stressed. They're constantly overwhelmed. And it always feels forced. You always feel like you're forcing yourself to go to events. You're forcing yourself to jump on those team calls. You're forcing yourself to post about the products and the business. It's forced. It's not fun. You're not happy doing it. If it's forced and you're not happy doing it, you don't have to do it. I don't know why there's this stigma that, Michelle will tell you, Allison will tell you, if you're on one of their teams and you end up having a very open conversation with them and you say, you know what, Michelle, you know what, Allison, I love the products, but I'm just not feeling the business. I'm going to continue to use the products. I'll casually share, but I just can't make that commitment. It's just not me. I would thank that person. I would much rather have someone who wants what I have and what I'm doing than doing it for me. I want them to do it for themselves. And Michelle just said that. Not everyone wants what we have or what we're doing. That's okay. They don't have to. But if you're watching this and you're not having fun, you're forcing it all the time, you're doing it for your upline, you don't want to let them down. No one is holding a gun to your head saying that you have to do this. There's two types of network marketers. There's professionals and there's amateurs. And if you're just an amateur, that's okay. No one said you have to do this as a business. It sounded like a good idea. It sounds like a good idea. But when you get under the kimono of what it looks like and what it takes to succeed in network marketing, you're like, holy shit, this is a lot. Well, no. If anyone is saying that it's easy to build a network marketing business, they are lying to your face. It's not easy. But it should be fun. Is it fun all the time? No. There's ups and downs. There's twists and turns. There's bumps along the way. But the majority of it should be fun. Should be inspiring. You should be motivated. It should never feel Forced. Because think about this. When something is forced, does it ever work out? No. Think about relationships. Have you sometimes forced yourself into a relationship with someone knowing it's not a good relationship and you end up breaking up anyway? Because it was forced. Whenever you're feeling that you're forced into doing something that you don't want to do, it's not about, well, you're afraid to get uncomfortable. No, it's not about getting uncomfortable. If you want to do it and you know that it's going to take being uncomfortable to succeed, you're going to do it. But if you don't want to do it, it's not that it's uncomfortable, you just don't want to do it, then don't do it. If it's not fun and if it feels forced, just enjoy the products. Just support those on your team. You don't have to go all in. Number 2, and I think this is probably the biggest one. You're still not making money. You're not making any money. Why are you doing this if you're not making money? You may actually be losing money. So, just to give you an idea, Isagenix was the business that I built. And just to give you an example, I still spend $300 a month on just products, right? So if my business was not making $300 a month, I was losing money or just breaking. Even if I was making $1,000 a month, I was only netting $700 a month. I always see this, that year after year after year, people have these monetary goals. I want to make 6 figures. I want to make 10 grand a month. And they're still not doing it. They're still not making money. 5 years goes by. 10 years goes by. They're still not making money. You have to really ask yourselves, how long am I willing to throw money at this for something that's not throwing money back at me before I finally step back and say, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to enjoy the products and casually share. Because think about it. The people that, it took me 21, 22 months to have my first $10,000 month and then an $11,000 month right after that. What I can tell you is that think about all the money that people spend on their products. Then the corporate trainings, the plane tickets, the hotels when obviously that's available. And you start adding up all these expenses, but yet their business is the same place that it was the year before, sometimes backwards. You have to start to have that conversation with yourself that it's okay to step aside. It's okay to step back. Because if you're still using the products and you weren't really building anyway, but you were telling people you were building and you weren't enrolling people, it's still the same thing. Now that pressure of you having to make money, now you're just a consumer, right? Now you don't feel as bad not making money because the intention is to not make money. People start feeling bad when their intention of doing it is to make money and it still doesn't work year after year after year. Then you feel like you're doing something wrong because you see your upline doing something that's working for them, but it's not working for you. So you start to question, do I have the skills or do I have the talent? Meanwhile, what that upline did 5, 6, 7 years ago is different what has to be done today. And you realize that maybe this isn't the best fit. And that's okay. Your upline may not be saying it. Your company may not be saying it. I'm giving you permission today. Whether you're watching this now on the replay, I'm giving you permission. And for the leaders that are on here, pass this permission on to your teams. If you're not making money year after year and this is becoming more of a financial strain where you feel forced to doing it because you want to make this work so bad, do you know why there's a lot of people that don't have the spousal support? It's not that their spouse doesn't support them. The spouse is seeing that individual spend so much money year after year, so much time year after year, and there's no return on investment. So imagine if your spouse or significant other was in that situation. They started a business and it was in the red every single year, year after year, where you might say, listen, honey, I think we have to cut our losses and close the business before we start losing more money. If it's not making money, it's not working. And it's not the business, it's you. You may not be a good fit for network marketing. Remember, for those that are in my Network Marketing Academy, I did a whole training on how to qualify someone for the business, interviewing them. Not every single person should be a network marketer. But what did the network marketing company say? Everyone can be a network marketer. It's not true. You have to, there's a certain skill set. If you look at the successful network marketers, they have similar skills. They have similar attributes that lead them to succeeding. But what do we tell people? No, if I can do it, anyone can do it. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Is it possible for anyone to do it? Yes. But it takes a certain person to be able to do it. The majority of the people, and we all know this, Allison knows it, Jane knows it, Michelle knows it, it takes a certain person to be able to do network marketing. You got to be coachable. You have to be willing to invest. You have to do what's required. You have to invest the time, the energy. You have to be motivated. You have to be driven. You have to put yourself out on social media. You have to build your brand. You have to be sociable. You have to be outgoing. You have to be willing to learn. There are so many skills that people have, but also you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. You have to see the invisible. I was a prime candidate for network marketing because I've never had a boss. I've only worked for myself. So when I was shown the network marketing model, it clicked. And I never understood. I'm like, well, I get it. How come these people don't get it? Well, now it makes sense. The mindset shift that someone needs to make, going from employee to entrepreneur and business owner, completely different. Two different sets of skills. When people come into network marketing from the employee mindset, they want to be managed. They want to be told what to do. Why do you think so many companies have so many systems in place? Because they know most people that are coming into it have an employee mindset. So how best do employees work when they're told what to do? And maybe one or two people will fall through the cracks and succeed. Think about the structure. People don't realize the 9-to-5 structure was created by Henry Ford because he wanted a systematic way for cars to be produced. What do you think network marketing companies are doing? They're teaching things in order so the employees, the distributors, can follow it very simply so they don't have to think. It's only when you start thinking that it becomes difficult because the basic things in network marketing only get you so far. The third and final thing, and I think this is the biggest one, and I really want you guys to sit with this. And again, I want you to tag some teammates, share this video. There are too many people in network marketing that are struggling, not so much with the business, they're struggling internally that they may not want to do this anymore, but they don't want to let down their upline, and the uplines need to give their teams permission. It's okay, just enjoy the products, casually share. You don't have to go all in the way that I am. I want something different than you. You need to want what you want for yourself. Here's the third and final thing. This may not be a good industry for you if you've burned too many bridges and your only friends are those in your company and on your team. Think about that. How many of you, and this is not everyone, but there are certain people, they have burned bridges with their family. They've burned bridges with their friends prior to network marketing, and they turn around and the only people they engage with, the only people they talk to are their teammates and the people in their company. What happened to their friends and family? Because the network marketing companies tell you and the upline leaders tell you, well, listen, if your friends or family, they don't want this, screw them. You shouldn't talk to them. You shouldn't hang out with them. You shouldn't spend time with them. They're negative. Listen, our family and our friends are not negative because they don't want what we have. Just because someone doesn't want to do the business, just because someone doesn't want to drink your shakes or try your creams, doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean they're negative. Going back to what Michelle said earlier, they just don't want what we have and what we want. It's that simple. It doesn't mean they're negative. But there's so many leaders that are poisoning the brains of these network marketers that, well, maybe my friends are negative. Maybe my friends are not really my friends because they won't support me because I would support them. It's all brainwashing. It's not true. You can love and support someone by not having to join their team. They can just cheer you on. Thank you, Bets. And Michelle says you should never lose friends over shakes, laundry detergent, etc. She's so right. You should never lose friends over those things. It's silly. It's silly. If you really find yourself starting to annex yourself from everyone else, if you're on this island where it's just weird when you're with your family and friends because you're the shake girl or the cream girl or the detergent person, you've done that to yourself. You have to sometimes start thinking for yourself instead of waiting for someone to tell you what to do. It's the truth. You know, I have such a struggle internally with leadership right now in network marketing. There are some great leaders in this profession. You know, Allison Webb is one of them. You know, she's one of the top leaders in her company. You know, Michelle, Betsy, Brooks when she was building her business. I'm just so tired of the low-level amounts of leadership. People acting as bosses and dictators, telling people what to do. There are so many people I know that are mentally struggling with this. In their hearts, they don't feel it's a good fit, but they don't want to let people down. Because I know so many people that stepped back. When I stepped back from building Isagenix, when I made that decision to stop building and just coach full time and build my brand, the people that I thought were my friends weren't, because they stopped talking to me. As soon as I stopped building, now a handful of them still continue to talk to me because I support them and they support me. But so many people stopped talking to me because I wasn't building anymore. Listen, it's my decision, not yours. Just because I don't want to build anymore doesn't mean we can't be friends. Just because you stop building doesn't mean we can't be friends. But if you really find yourself hanging on because you don't want to disrupt or upset your upline, you're doing this for the wrong reason. You got to do this for yourself. I want you guys to spread this message. I want you to share this video. There are so many people that are hurting right now in network marketing, and a lot of them just want to enjoy the product. They're losing time. You got to do what's best for you, not what your upline. Betsy just said it. They're losing time. There's a lot of people that have marital issues within network marketing, not because they're married to a bad person, because that's also something they brainwash you. Well, you either grow together or you grow apart. Well, listen, in some cases that may be true, but in a lot of cases, sometimes I don't blame the spouse for maybe feeling the way that they're feeling, because a lot of time, energy, and effort is being taken away from the relationship and the kids when they were sold this bill of goods that you're going to get time and your life back with your kids. And you say this to your spouse, but it's not true because you're even busier than before. You're not making money. You're losing money. And it becomes more of a stress and a strain than actually something that's fulfilling your life. I want you guys to start being honest with yourselves, but most of all, I want you to start being honest with your teams. Give people that permission to step aside. Enjoy the product. Share it casually. You don't have to do it full time if you don't want to. You should want what's best for them because it's for them, not for you. Don't do this for me. Do it for you. If you're doing it for me, I don't want you doing it at all because it's forced, and that's not why you should be doing it. You should be doing it for you. And at the end of the day, actions always speak louder than words. When someone tells you they want to do it, when someone tells you they're all in, they can tell me up, down, left, right. Show me that you're all in. That will tell the leaders who you need to spend your time with and who you should not spend your time with. So again, I'm giving everybody on this live, whether it's through you or directed to you or you're on the replay, give yourself and give those people on your team that you know don't want to do this, but they're staying in it for the wrong reason. Give them permission to step aside because you know what? For the leaders, if you're spending time with the wrong people, you're stealing time from the right people. If you're giving your time to the wrong people, you're stealing time from the right people. It's the truth. Let them step aside, enjoy the products, casually share, and then the right people will start showing up. So guys, love and gratitude. Please share this video, tag some teammates, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.